So, yeah, who else? What do you want to know? Yeah.
What's the favorite character you've done?
Me personally or directed?
Both.
Well, I think the Major is probably my favorite. She was so cool, and it was like I didn't have to change my voice. Not that I do that much anyway, but it was like the first character that really fit in the pocket for me vocally, and who I could really understand. I mean, I just got her from day one. I really loved playing her. I wish I could have done the first movie, but I wasn't even doing voiceover when the first movie came out, so thank goodness that actress moved out of town. Sorry. And in terms of, I don't know, for me, I love Jiraiya. There's something about directing David Lodge in Jiraiya that is really fascinating. But Sasori, there's so many good characters, and I think in terms of Japanese voice actors, the guy who plays Jiraiya is probably my favorite. He's just amazing. But I think overall it has to be Spike Spiegel and Cowboy Bebop. I think that was my first directing gig, and it's been really hard to sort of live up to that since then. It was just a great series, and I have a very long-standing relationship with Steve Blum, and he's just fantastic. So we always have a lot of fun together. He's on Naruto too. He plays Orochimaru, and it's a very small little world in LA, and we find that everybody works on everything. Because there are a few people that can do it really well. They can come in and nail it and start at this level and build from there, as opposed to starting in and just trying to get a natural read out of someone to build them up to that level. I mean, Johnny Bosch walks in the studio and we're good to go, and we can now polish something that's already beautiful. So casting is the key to my job. Trust me, it is the key. So what else do you want to know? Yes.
What's your favorite episode from Ghost in the Shell?
Jungle Cruise. It was nasty. It was so nasty. I don't know if you know this episode. It's only because it mirrored probably the worst, most vivid nightmare I've ever had. I've always had a thing for Jack the Ripper, and I had a dream that it was a Jack the Ripper dream, and I was like, no, I can't do it. Roll credits. So in the dream, the credits started to roll, and they had this arm on the side, and I knew that they were hurting this person very badly, and that I was sort of forced to watch it. And then when we did Jungle Cruise, that was pretty much the dream that I had, and I was a little freaked out by it. And Bonteko's not supposed to show any emotions, and it was really hard not to. I had to, they continually had to pull me back to not, put my own emotions for my own experience in that. So I loved that episode. That was really terrifying. But I like the darker stuff. I've always loved the darker side of things. So. Yes. What else?
What was the favorite song you did for the Silent Hill series?
Oh boy. Here's the thing. When we go in for the Silent Hill things, we have like W song 1, W song 2, W song 3, W song 4, and in we go. And then the next session we've got SM1, SM2, SM3. So for me it was SM2. It's the, oh yeah, I've been here before.
Oh.
I can feel lights closed. I love that song because I grew up in a choir, and I grew up singing very straight, sort of, sort of rock out for me was something that, white girl rockin', so it was very cool. And then we send the tracks to Japan because all we get is a drum track and Akira on guitar. And that's it. I mean, that's all we're sort of, hey. And to hear it back, it sounds like I'm at a concert, like I'm singing at this huge concert, and somebody actually came up to me and said, "What did you do that concert?" And I'm like, "What?" And he played it, and I said, "Oh my gosh, I had no idea that was that they did it like that." So it's always fun to either. Sometimes Akira will send us the finished product before the game is released, but on a couple of the games that didn't happen, so I would go on YouTube and find them and go, that's cool. I really liked what we did with the Willie Nelson song. I thought that was kind of fun. We did a completely different version of Always on My Mind, which was really dark and weird.
Yeah.
Shattered Memories?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did some fun things there, which was cool.
I also want to compliment you on your work in the Silent Hill series. Wonderful singer.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Well, we just did 2 more songs, and I had the worst. I don't know if you guys have it in Phoenix. There's something going around LA. It's like the worst sinus infection and cough.
Yeah,
like
we've been having that.
A month. I was working on.
Here.
Yeah, I was working on Dino Mom, and the director, John Kafka, who's the greatest guy in the world, just went to Coachella for the music festival, and he came back with something, and we call it the Coachella crud, and everybody had it. So I lost my upper register, so the night before we went into the booth, I had to email Akira and say, can you drop this down about 4, drop it down 4 notes or 2 notes or something, because I can't hit it, and we need to record it tomorrow, so, and he was nice enough to do that. So that was fun. Yes.
If Mr. Yamaoka doesn't work on the Silent Hill music anymore, would you be working with that, or would you still?
I'd love to. I love working with Akira. There's something about his music that really fits my voice and fits my kind of singing, which I never knew until I started working with him. Because I had been singing right happy things all the time, and I sang in a club when I first got to LA, so it was lots of, trailers for sailors. And all of a sudden I'm singing this dark, weird, or you're on heroin and you're coming down, and I'm like, awesome. So it's a combo of, which I've never done. But I can imagine it, and so it was great fun to put a lot of acting into the songs as well, which was great. But I would work on. Yeah, if they were going to do more Silent Hill, who knows? Maybe they would hire Akira as an outside contractor. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do any more Silent Hill.
I think one's been announced.
It has?
Yeah, I think so. Just figured I'd ask.
Yeah, I'd love to. If they wanted me to, I would, of course, love to do that. That would be great fun. Great fun. What else? Yeah.
What's your favorite episode of Cowboy Bebop?
The last one. Although Mushroom Samba was fantastic. Seriously,
Both of them were
fantastic.
hilarious.
Yeah.
That was so funny, and what was so great about that series is that it's sort of, I think, in terms of getting lost in translation, it is the most Americanized anime that has come out, and it was the director's love letter to so many different genres of film. Like Mushroom Samba was blaxploitation. That's what that whole thing was about, and we took it to the nth degree. It was really beautiful. I forget the one where they find the thing in the fridge. It's like 2001 and Alien combined. That was another really fun one. So.
Yeah, Steve Blue would say the same thing. He liked Mushroom Samba too.
Yeah. Oh, it's just.
Samba-san,
yeah, it's too much fun to sort of sit there and have to explain to an actor, we needed more. And I remember the actress in the booth going, "You want them all black?" I don't know how to say that without, it's sounding really wrong. But I said, "Yeah, we were playing the stereotypes on this," and she goes, "Awesome, let's do it." So it was really, really fun. Once we all bought into it, we're just like, "All right, let's come into this and just go to town," and I think it turned out pretty well. Yeah.
With Bebop, did it seem like it was just looping? Like the end seemed like it would run into the first episode?
How so?
Like the end seemed like it would be continuing at the first.
Kind of going again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Spike met up with Sawyer and Kate and Claire.
To me, it just seemed.
Into the light.
To me, it seemed like the first episode was set after the final episode, because of how it seemed like they were all separating and then meeting back up.
And then going through it again.
Yeah.
Wow, I've never thought about that. I'm gonna have to watch it again. I never thought about that, really. It was such a definitive ending. It's one of the few shows, a really great example of ending things when they should be ended, because it leaves you wanting more, and I'm glad, even though we did one movie, which was really fun, and one game that will never see the light of day, unfortunately. I know, it was really cool. The beginning of it took part in this water park, like Jaws 3. It was really fun. Which I just watched the other day. Terrible movie. Highly recommended. But I feel like that show ended perfectly. Whereas Naruto, the story of that is